Hello, welcome to Quiz Time. I'm Jess and today I have 100 general knowledge questions for you. So let's have some fun and thinking caps on. In which year did Vincent van Gogh die? 1895, 1890 or 1889? 1890. How many cantons is Switzerland made up of? 32, 26 or 15? It's 26. What political figure became Baroness of Kesteven? Margaret Thatcher, Indira Gandhi or Isabel Perón? Margaret Thatcher. Which English city was once known as Dour-le-Pont? Bradford, Southampton or Cambridge? Is Cambridge. Which body of water was called Mare Nostrum by the Romans? The Mediterranean Sea, Atlantic Ocean or the Dead Sea? The Mediterranean Sea. Who collaborated with Karl Marx to produce the Communist Manifesto? Friedrich Engels or George Hegel? Friedrich Engels. Where was the first British colony in the Americas? Colorado, Indiana or Virginia? Virginia. Who was Ruth Forsyth's first female assistant on the Generation Game? Rosemary Ford, Anthea Redfern or Isla St. Clair? Anthea Redfern. Which long-distance train had its first run in October 1883? Shinkansen, Fairy Queen or Orient Express? Orient Express. Which continent is home to the Amazon rainforest? South America. What is the largest artery in the human body? The aorta. Who, from the below, is protected by the Swiss Guard? Queen of England, the Pope or Emperor of Japan? It's the Pope. Who is the current president of Puerto Rico? Joe Biden. Why would a medieval knight visit a farrier? To forge his sword, to shoe his horse, or to fit his armour? To shoe his horse. True or false? Gerald Ford was never elected to the office of President or Vice President. It's true. Who invited time travellers to his birthday party a day after the party? Neil deGrasse Tyson, Bill Nye, or Stephen Hawking? Stephen Hawking. I wonder if they'll come. Which battle marked the end of Napoleon Bonaparte's rule in France? Midway, Waterloo, or Trafalgar? It's Waterloo. In what year did the Black Death pandemic ravage Europe? (1347). Who was the first female pharaoh of ancient Egypt? Cleopatra, Nefertiti, Hatshepsut? Hatshepsut. Which country was the birthplace of the Renaissance? Spain, Italy, or Romania? Italy. Which war was fought between the House of York and the House of Lancaster in England? The War of the Roses. What is the atomic number of carbon? 6, 8, or 9? It's 6. Which African country is known as the land of 1,000 hills? Ghana, Cameroon, or Rwanda? Rwanda. True or false? Monaco is home to the fjords. It's false. Norway is, of course, home to the fjords. Which city is located at the mouth of the Amazon River? Belém, Macapá, or Tifi? It's Belém. Who wrote the dystopian novel 1984? George Orwell. Which artist is known for his Campbell's Soup Cans artwork? George Condo, Andy Warhol, or Jean-Michel Basquiat? Andy Warhol. What is the painting technique of using small dots of colour called? Pointillism. Who sculpted the statue of the thinker? Ernest Ballack, Auguste Rodin, or Aristide Meillain? Auguste Rodin. True or false? In 2010, Twitter and the US Library of Congress partnered together to archive every tweet by American citizens. It's true. Which automobile manufacturer gained control of Chrysler in 2011? Lancia, Fiat, or Maserati? It's Fiat. In what year was McDonald's founded? 1948, 1961, or 1955? 1955. What was Mountain Dew's original slogan? Yahoo! Mountain Dew, it'll tickle your innards. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow in miles per hour? Beautiful birds, lovely to see them, and signifies summer. 24 miles per hour. True or false? Before the 19th century, the living room was originally called the parlour. It's true. What year was the Robo-Sapien toy robot released? 2009, 2007, or 2004? 2004. If you planted the seeds of Quercus robur, what would you grow? Flowers, trees, or cacti? Trees. On what Japanese city was the first atomic bomb dropped? Kyoto, Hiroshima, or Sendai? It was Hiroshima. What is this the practice of doing? It's finding shapes in clouds. Do you do that? Which movie is known for this famous quote? Yo, Adrian! Creed III, Pain and Gain, or Rocky? It's Rocky. How many varieties are there in Heinz tomato ketchup? 68, 57, or 72? So they use this now in modern day bingo. To call out the number, they say Heinz varieties 57. Who led 900 followers in a mass suicide in 1979? Jim Jones. Which painter reputedly cut off his own ear? Vermeer, Matisse, or Van Gogh? I believe he thought cutting it off would get rid of his tinnitus. Van Gogh. The History of Middle-earth was written by which author? Terry Brooks, C.S. Lewis, or J.R.R. Tolkien? J.R.R. Tolkien. Which country does the dish nasi goreng come from? Indonesia, Malaysia, or India? It's Indonesia. In which city is the Big Nickel located in Canada? It's Sudbury in Ontario. What year is on the flag of the US state Wisconsin? 1889, 1867, or 1848? 1848. True or false? 8 countries border Kyrgyzstan. It's false. Only 4 countries border Kyrgyzstan. In which city was the Greenpeace flagship ship Rainbow Warrior sunk in 1985? Auckland, Christchurch, or Wellington? In Auckland. Which country was split into 2 zones by the Yalta Agreement? Pakistan, Germany, or Korea? It's Germany. Who commanded the Confederate armies during the American Civil War? Robert E. Lee, Ulysses S. Grant, or George G. Meade? Robert E. Lee. Where in England was William Shakespeare born? In Stratford-upon-Avon. In what year did the UK's lease on Hong Kong expire? 1995, 1997, or 1993? 1997. True or false? Dean Martin, famed as a member of the Rat Pack, died on Christmas Day in 1995. It's true. Which was the 3rd country to get the atomic bomb? China, Germany, or Britain? Britain. In what country did the Sepoy Mutiny occur? India, Nepal, or Cambodia? India. In which year was the Boeing 747 put into regular service? 1975, 1970, or 1978? 1970. Which English statesman banned Christmas in Britain in 1647? Oliver Cromwell, Winston Churchill, or Clement Attlee? Oliver Cromwell, bar humbug. To what was Byzantium renamed in 1330 AD? Constantinople. Who gave John F. Kennedy a dog named Pushinka? Lazar Kaganovich, Nikita Khrushchev, or Georgy Zhukov? Nikita Khrushchev. Who was the most powerful pharaoh? Ramses II. Who discovered the first sea route? Ferdinand Magellan, Vasco da Gama, or Juan Elcano? Vasco da Gama. True or false? Fruit flies were the first animals in space. It's true. True or false? Shakespeare was born and died on the same day. It's true. So on the same date, but obviously years apart. Which queen had the shortest reign of Henry VIII's 6 wives? Catherine Parr, Jane Seymour, or Anne of Cleves? Anne of Cleves. Which African country named their capital after a US president? Gabon, Benin, or Liberia? Liberia. In what year did the Battle of Hastings take place? 1071, 1066, or 1083? Of course, drummed into you when you were in your history lessons, it was 1066. What year? What did the Romans call Scotland? Apart from cold. Of course, it is very beautiful. So the Romans called Scotland Caledonia. Who was made Lord Mayor of London in 1397, 1398, 1406 and 1419? Richard Whittington. How many changes or amendments are there to the Constitution? 18, 32 or 27? 27. Which territory did the US buy from France in 1803? Guam, Louisiana, or Alaska? Louisiana. Who was the worst Roman emperor? Nero Caesar, Pontius Pilate, or Silvanus? Nero Caesar. Which part of Berlin was enclosed by the wall? The west, the north, or the east? The west. In which year was Russia's Red October Revolution? 1914, 1921, or 1917? 1917. What was the name of Blackbeard's ship? Queen Anne's Revenge. Bosnia and Herzegovina was part of which former European country? Many of them in my stamp collection with a Yugoslavia on. True or false? Sweden was neutral in World War II. True. Which Roman emperor was famously known as Little Boots? Augustus, Caligula, or Galba? Caligula or Caligula. Where did Joseph Stalin, Winston Churchill, and Franklin D. Roosevelt meet following the conclusion of World War II? In Yalta. Which Native American tribe came from North Dakota, South Dakota, Wisconsin, and Minnesota? Sioux, Cherokee, or Apache? The Sioux tribe. Which First Lady was active in the Just Say No movement? Elena Carter, Betty Ford, or Nancy Reagan? Nancy Reagan. In 2004, what baseball team ended an 85-year championship drought? It was Boston Red Sox. In front of which memorial did Martin Luther King Jr. give his famous "I Have a Dream" speech? Lincoln Memorial. How many kings were in power in ancient Sparta at one time? 2, 4, or 3? It's 2. Who from the below was the patron god of Troy? Artemis, Apollo, or Aphrodite? Apollo. In which year was Rome founded? 743 BC, 753 BC, or 763 BC? (753 BC). True or false? Gaius Marius defeated Hannibal at the Battle of Zama. False. True or false? The Minoans can be found off the island of Crete. It's true. What Roman general married Cleopatra? Of course, it was Mark Antony. Which structure did the Emperor Hadrian build in northern England? A house, a wall, or a road? Of course, a wall. Hadrian's a wall. What was the currency used in ancient Greek states? Drachma. What is thought to be the world's oldest volcano? Krakatoa, Mount Etna, or Mount Unzen? Mount Unzen. How many major tectonic plates does the Earth have? Seven. Which is the most sparsely populated US state? Wyoming, Alaska, or Montana? Alaska. What is the tallest type of tree? Meranti, cypress, or redwood? It's the redwood. In what country did the Industrial Revolution begin? Great Britain, Germany, or the United States? Great Britain. Which of the following was the result of the American Civil War? Expansion to the West, abolition of slavery, or establishment of democracy? Abolition of slavery. True or false? Valentina Tereshkova was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. It's false. It was Amelia Earhart who was the first woman. Which was the deadliest pandemic in history? The Black Death, the Spanish flu, or the plague of Justinian? The Black Death. And your last one. Which war is often called the Forgotten War? The Korean War. So, how did you do today? Drop your score in the comments below, and of course like and subscribe so you get notified every time we post a new quiz. And please join us next time for more fun on Quiz Time.